The Danish Maritime Administration said a massive leak was detected in the sea where the Nord Stream 1 and 2 gas pipelines operate, proving that the pipelines have been damaged. First, the incident could not have been an accident, but a deliberate sabotage. 2 sturdy submarine pipelines were destroyed almost simultaneously within 24 hours. According to the data, the outer layer of the Nord Stream 1 pipeline is a steel shell with a thickness of 27 to 41 millimeters, and it is also covered with concrete of 60 to 110 millimeters. Normal attacks cannot cause damage to it. According to data recorded in Denmark and Sweden, there were 2 high-power explosions, one of which measured 2.3 on the Richter scale, the equivalent of a high-power bomb in World War II. So it's clearly a professional thing to do. The Guardian has put forward 3 indications that it may be Russia. 1. The choice of the explosion site. The attack took place in the Baltic Sea near the 12-mile territorial waters of Bornholm, Denmark, and just beyond the territorial waters. This precision is likely to avoid a stronger reaction from NATO members. 2. Elaborately camouflaged attack methods. The most puzzling thing right now is how exactly this underwater attack was carried out. In theory, submarines should be easily detected in the relatively shallow waters of the Baltic Sea, where depths rarely exceed 100 meters. But no one in the countries investigating the incident has ever mentioned the discovery of the submarine. A British military source speculated that the mines may have been carefully laid from a camouflaged merchant ship and detonated days or weeks later. Such operations require secrecy but do not require particularly specialized military resources or equipment. Third, the damage is mainly to Russian assets. Gazprom owns 51% of the Nord Stream 1 pipeline, while Nord Stream 2 is owned by its Swiss subsidiary. This makes it difficult for NATO or other Western military organizations to intervene on the grounds of asset damage. The Guardian believes the incident has similarities to a series of attacks on oil tankers in the Gulf region 3 years ago. These events are carefully planned to create fear but cause less harm. In one case, a magnetic mine was installed on a Japanese-flagged oil tanker, blasting a hole above the waterline. So if Russia was behind the Nord Stream pipeline explosion, it could be a demonstration of its destructive power to infrastructure, a disturbing but relatively low risk. The European Union is closely monitoring the development of events and so far has not seen any impact on the security of gas supply in Europe from the pipeline accident. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen told the media, "It's hard to imagine that the 3 leaks found on the Nord Stream pipeline were accidental. It's an unusual situation, 3 leaks, very far apart from each other. That's why it's hard to imagine that this was accidental." Swedish Foreign Minister Ann Linde said the Nord Stream gas leak was caused by an explosion. She added that Stockholm continued to gather information for the investigation. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said on Tuesday that it would not be in anyone's interest if an attack or sabotage on the Nord Stream gas pipeline led to a leak amid an energy standoff between Europe and Russia over gas supplies.
Or some kind of sabotage, but these are initial reports and we haven't confirmed that yet.